Muammar Gaddafi, the enigmatic and long-ruling leader of Libya, left an indelible mark on history through his extensive wealth and wielded power. As one of the world's longest-serving heads of state, Gaddafi's four-decade rule was characterized by a unique blend of charisma, controversial foreign policies, and an unwavering grip on Libya's vast oil resources. Delving into the intricacies of his wealth and power reveals a complex narrative that spans political philosophy, international relations, and the nuances of an economy fueled by oil revenues. Here are top 10 facts about the wealth and power of late Muammar Gaddafi. Number 10. Early years and rise to power, 1969. Born in 1942, Muammar Gaddafi, hailing from a Bedouin family in Sirte, Libya, embarked on a military career that saw him rise through the ranks. In 1969, at the age of 27, Gaddafi orchestrated a successful coup d'etat, overthrowing King Idris and dismantling the monarchy. This marked the beginning of his rule, characterized by a unique blend of populism, anti-imperialism, and revolutionary zeal. Gaddafi's ascent to power marked a turning point in Libyan history, as the young military officer swiftly established a government that would shape the nation's trajectory for over 4 decades. His leadership style, a mix of charisma and authoritarianism, would leave an indelible mark on Libya and its people. Number 9. Oil wealth and economic policies. Libya's nationalization of the oil industry under Gaddafi's rule not only centralized control, but also enabled the government to dictate oil production and distribution. The substantial revenue generated from oil exports not only funded large-scale infrastructure projects, but also solidified Gaddafi's grip on power through patronage and financial influence. However, this centralized control ultimately contributed to economic challenges, as the country faced difficulties in diversifying its economy and adapting to changing global oil dynamics. Number 8. Pan-African ambitions. Gaddafi's aspirations for a united Africa reflected not only a grand vision, but also his commitment to leveraging Libya's considerable wealth to influence the continent's geopolitical landscape. Advocating for the creation of the United States of Africa, he not only pushed for closer political and economic ties, but also strategically deployed financial support to various African leaders and liberation movements. This financial backing, fueled by Libya's substantial oil wealth, not only aimed to foster unity, but also positioned Gaddafi as a wealthy benefactor, enhancing his influence on the African stage. Number 7. Controversial foreign policies. Gaddafi's foreign policies, marked by support for revolutionary and anti-imperialist movements, showcased a strategic alignment with groups such as the Irish Republican Army, IRA, and Palestinian organizations. This backing, underpinned by Libya's considerable wealth, aimed to position Gaddafi as a key player in global resistance against perceived Western hegemony. However, these alliances strained Libya's relations with the international community, particularly during the 1980s, when accusations of sponsoring terrorism led to economic sanctions against the country. The dichotomy of Gaddafi's foreign engagements illustrated the complex interplay between his revolutionary ideals, geopolitical maneuvering, and the global repercussions of his support for anti-establishment movements. Number 6. The Green Book and Political Philosophy. Gaddafi's political philosophy, encapsulated in the 3-part publication The Green Book, envisioned a form of direct democracy through people's committees. Theoretically emphasizing popular participation, these committees, in practice, became instrumental tools for Gaddafi to consolidate and wield political power. This divergence between theory and reality underscored the intricacies of Gaddafi's rule, showcasing a calculated use of democratic ideals to maintain centralized control. The Green Book's influence on Libya's political landscape reflected not only ideological ambitions, but also the pragmatic measures taken by Gaddafi to shape the narrative of participatory governance under his authoritative regime. Number 5. Suppression of Opposition. The authoritarian approach under Gaddafi extended beyond political suppression, permeating various aspects of Libyan society. The tight control over media, limited freedom of expression, and strict surveillance contributed to a climate where dissent was stifled, further solidifying Gaddafi's grip on power. In this environment, the populace navigated a delicate balance between conformity and the risk of reprisals, shaping a society characterized by both overt and subtle manifestations of control. Strict surveillance mechanisms further amplified an atmosphere where dissent was stifled. contributing to the consolidation of Gaddafi's power. The societal dynamics within this controlled environment reflected not only overt displays of authority, but also subtle manifestations that underscored the complexity of living under such a regime. Number 4. Economic challenges and social issues. Despite Libya's abundant oil wealth, Gaddafi's economic policies faced criticism for their centralized approach. The state-controlled economy, while ensuring significant revenue from oil, led to inefficiencies and hindered diversification efforts, impacting sectors beyond the energy industry. Challenges such as high unemployment emerged, reflecting the limitations of a heavily oil-dependent economic structure. However, Gaddafi's regime, leveraging the nation's wealth, prioritized the well-being of its citizens by allocating substantial funds to social services. In this juxtaposition, Libya portrayed an image of opulence with well-funded healthcare and education, showcasing a commitment to the welfare of its population amidst economic challenges. Number 3. Lockerbie bombing and international isolation. The Lockerbie bombing in 1988, which implicated Libya, ushered in a period of international isolation and economic sanctions for Gaddafi. Gaddafi's adept handling of geopolitical challenges wasn't solely a result of diplomatic finesse, but also a demonstration of the enduring influence wielded by Libya's substantial oil wealth. However, leveraging Libya's oil wealth, diplomatic negotiations, and substantial compensation payments facilitated the nation's reintegration into the international community in the 2000s. This financial prowess not only underscored Gaddafi's ability to navigate geopolitical challenges, but also highlighted the wealth-driven strategies employed to reshape Libya's global standing. Number 2. Arab Spring and Downfall, 2011. The Arab Spring of 2011 saw Libya engulfed in waves of protests, posing a substantial challenge to Gaddafi's regime as rebels clamored for political change. Faced with escalating conflict, a UN-backed NATO intervention unfolded, a costly endeavor both in terms of political ramifications and economic resources. Ultimately, this intervention culminated in the capture and death of Gaddafi in October 2011. The events underscored the complex interplay of regional unrest, external interventions, and the ramifications of the wealth-driven strategies employed by the Libyan leader during his decades-long rule. Number 1. Hidden wealth and legacy. Gaddafi's opulent wealth, veiled in secrecy, transcended borders and financial landscapes. Estimates of his net worth, reaching into the tens of billions, underscored the scale of his affluence. His riches were strategically diversified across a spectrum of investments, real estate holdings, and international bank accounts, encapsulating a sophisticated financial portfolio. The legacy of Muammar Gaddafi continues to be a contentious topic, with divergent views portraying him as both a champion of African unity and a figure condemned for authoritarian rule, human rights violations, and allegations of supporting terrorism. The narrative surrounding Gaddafi's wealth further contributes to the multifaceted debate on his enduring impact. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't already, then don't forget to subscribe and press that like button. Also, hit the bell icon so you could never miss new updates from us. Stay safe, and we will meet you in the next one.